Offensively, what can you bring a team right now?
Uh, my energy, of course, and uh, um, and uh, and.
Michael Anthony Edward Kidd Gilchrist, born September 26, 1993. Finally, the Michael Kidd Gilchrist Stunted Growth story. I've been reluctant to feature this guy because contrary to the feel it gives, this is not a buzz channel. Not because you've had a growth stunt means you weren't or can't become a great player and person. Although I do have an Ultimate Buzz series featuring Hall of Fame buzz level talent if you enjoy that. Should Kidd Gilchrist be included in that series? But before that, we have to understand the heights he was able to reach in the game of basketball that even created those expectations in the first place. How'd he become the second overall pick in the NBA draft, ahead of Allstars Bradley Beal, Andre Drummond, Draymond Green, Chris Middleton, and Damian Lillard, who's a clear-cut future Hall of Famer, along with Green, Beal, and possibly Middleton? Well, he became a budding star in high school, playing a secondary role to Kyrie Irving as a sophomore and Irving a junior. By his senior year, many scouting services ranked him top 3 in the nation, and some even as high as number 1. He was Mr. Basketball USA in 2011, McDonald's All-American, and one of the stars for an HBO documentary. To beef his draft stock, he was co-MVP in the All-American game and won a gold medal in the FIBA Under-17 World Championships. After being all-everything in high school, he committed to Kentucky along with 2 of the top 5 recruits and 4 other future NBA players, including Anthony Davis. They won a national championship, giving famed coach John Calipari his first championship in a time where there wasn't a more captivating name in coaching. It's like he had the Drake stimulus package, but for basketball. You went to Kentucky around that time and made a reverse layup, curl 3, and caught an alley-oop, you could have been a first-round pick. This is how Kidd Gilchrist did it. And this is why he was reached for at number 2 overall, when all the signs suggested he needed a lot of work and definitely not that caliber of player. Here are 3 reasons he's known as an ultimate bust, finessed the league, and his growth was stunted. It's your boy JC, Stunted Growth. Let's get it, man. Kidd Gilchrist is a 6'7" forward born in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, and went to St. Patrick's High School in New Jersey, where he was 1 win away from winning a state championship. He teamed with Kyrie Irving before then and was considered one of the bright young talents in the nation. He became the Gatorade National Player of the Year as a senior, averaging 20 points and 11 rebounds. He was a 3-time All-State selection and was selected for all the major end-of-year high school All-American games and looked like one of the best players on those stages as well, with his size and feel for the game advanced for his level. He chose Kentucky over Villanova, UConn, Florida State, Rutgers, and more. Stunt number 1, the illusions of amateur basketball. The wrong school will kill your dreams. A subscriber comment that embodies what I'm about to break down about the misleading tendency of high school and college basketball in America. For the wrong school to kill your dreams, you'd first have to have the option to choose the school that won't. So let's start there. You developing the resume Kidd Gilchrist did in high school when you outmatched just about everyone on that level because of your physical gifts, it's easy to be in position to choose the program that will put you in the best light to blind future investors. It's a natural finesse. When you get to said program, you either have free reign or green light, as we used to say, to display your complete game, as everything has your involvement to some extent, leading to you putting up great numbers and securing a high draft pick. Or you have to do what Michael did and surround yourself with 6 future NBA talents where you don't have to do too much to stand out. And also a chance to win more, leading to your skill and intangibles being seen, and yes, a higher draft selection. Your weaknesses are masked in college basketball if you use this process to your favor and aren't noticed until it's too late. This has to be how the Charlotte Bobcats/Hornets feel about the career of Kidd Gilchrist in hindsight. In his lone freshman season alongside Anthony Davis, Terrence Jones, Marquise Teague, Deron Lamb, and Darius Miller, Kidd Gilchrist could average a modest 11.9 points a game, 7 rebounds, more turnovers than assists, shoot 25% from 3 as a wing player, and still be considered by scouts a premier draft prospect. No knock to him because he put in the work and made the right moves to be in position to get his finesse off. But who is making these decisions? Had he been picked late first round, okay, I'm not mad and there's no video. But as a second overall pick, you have to think this guy will change your culture and become a future star. Everything pointed to Kidd Gilchrist not being that, yet that's where he was selected and that's why he's considered a bust. In my opinion, he should have never been in that position and maybe he could have developed slower and more under the radar and become a good player. But the illusions of college basketball misled his draft selection. Amateur basketball question: how much does what a player do in high school and college matter to you if you're selecting him? Stunt number 2, his shooting. What is this, bro? I'm not trying to clown Michael, but what about this in workouts said, yeah, he's our guy. Credit to him, he did fix his shot a whole lot over the years, but this is just unbelievable. A player could make it to the level he did, shooting like Tory Lanez, my guy. It goes back to my initial point of why he shouldn't have been taken so early. It also reminds me of a point I try to drive home when I speak to kids, train players, or express in these videos. As a player, you have to have a jump shot. There's just no way around it, and I can't understand for the life of me why some players don't have one. Like, what are you working on in your two-a-days that got you to the league? Your passing, rebounds, half-court shots, all dunks? How do you even have a form like this, much less convince others to pay you to shoot like this? It's the ultimate finesse, up there with the great finesse CEO himself, Chandler Parsons. 2 things would have happened for me as a scout upon seeing him shoot for the first time. I'd ask myself, what in Yeezy slave shoes is going on? Also, does he make them? Because having a bad form doesn't mean much if they go in. Shooting 25% from 3 as a wing player at a shorter distance would force me to go a different way. He was taken by the Charlotte Bobcats and added to the long list of Michael Jordan player acquisitions that became less than expected. I guess it got better on the NBA level, him shooting 27% from 3, 5 rebounds, and pretty much nothing else. No matter how much training you do at this point, it will never amount to a number 2 selection outside of MKG. Shooting question: would you rather have a poor jump shot and be taken number 2 overall, or second round and have a career like Jay Crowder? Stunt number 3, where can you use him? The tweener. Has there ever been a bigger example? At 6'7", Michael should really be Chris Middleton. Footwork, jump shot, offensive ability to create for self, post game, and potential second option star. Instead, his game since high school was always predicated on him playing down low. It's probably a big reason he never developed a jump shot because he never had to take them in high school, and when he got to college, he could hide that by assuming the role of doing the high-motored little things that made scouts feel so good about him. But where can you play him in the NBA? He can't shoot, his defense didn't become what was expected, and he's too small to compete in the post or as a rebounder. Adding his lack of supreme athleticism, and he's pretty much filling an unnecessary spot on your roster. He spent his first 7 of 8 seasons in the league with Charlotte and even signed an extension with the team in 2015 for 4 years, $52 million. He averaged 12.7 points and 6 rebounds the following season. Then, things went downhill each year. After a few seasons averaging single digits in scoring and rebounding and his play declining, he had surgery to fix a chronic groin strain and later waived by the Hornets. He played with Dallas for the final 13 games of the season before joining the Knicks, where he was waived without playing a game. Tweener question. Name a player helped or hurt by being a tweener. All in all, MKG, as they call him, got paid to play basketball. That's really the end. His skills were never that good, and he managed to be paid millions for it. Salute to the finesse, and best of luck to Kidd Gilchrist. But for these reasons, his growth was stunted. It's your boy JC Stunted Growth, and I'm out.